Father's Day to you too. Hey.
Oh, I totally built a submarine yesterday. It's so cool. All right, let's transition on over. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully, y'all are having a fantastic weekend. If you are one of our American friends, happy Father's Day to you. If you are from like Europe or one of those other countries that celebrates Father's Day on the incorrect day, well, I'm glad you're here. Hey. Oh, man. Hopefully, y'all are having a good one. And we had a long stream yesterday, so my energy level is probably a little bit low, but a lot to talk about today going on the SLB. I'm real curious to see how everybody's going after Janeway, or are they going after Janeway on your server? Is your server doing anything to celebrate Father's Day? Are y'all like going, hey, nobody is completely pacifism day because of Father's Day? Is it complete purge day because of Father's Day? Are y'all doing anything in your alliance? I definitely want to find out what y'all are doing to keep it spicy and keep it fun, because one of the cool things about this game is that people will do a lot of things as groups and alliances that maybe Scopely won't, start, but y'all will. I think that's always been an interesting little facet of this game. I am building a Saladin so that I can max it and scrap it. So I was curious watching, like, why is Rev at level 46 building a Saladin? That would be why. That would actually be why. Can't stay. We want to tell you happy Father's Day. Thank you, Elder Maracas. I really appreciate that. I really do. It's Father's Day is a weird day for me, so I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Shane, good to see you, Sugar Fat Man. I'm gambling on there being a third Janeway auction, not spending anything. So there is a third SLB next weekend. There is one. So I'm pushing a little bit harder than I probably would on a normal second leaderboard. That's because I want to get Janeway to make a video about it this week. That's what I'm trying to do, but it's tough. I'm currently ranked 12, and I really need to be in the top 5 to kind of really need to be top 3, and top 3 is currently 20, over double my points. So as of right now, I would get 18 shards. So my thought is maybe I collect and I finish this second SMS, which give me another 10. And then I win, or stay kind of in the same place. And then if I just wait it out, I could do next weekend. That would end up around, so at what, 23? I'd be 77-ish after today. So if they did the same format next week, I could probably do the same thing again and unlock her. But, and yes, most of the trivia event is one question, because there's going to be a daily rollout. I think it's in the storyline event. Yeah, and this is just mine 1 to lithium. Ensign, that's what Tom Paris gets demoted to. And then I think it's going to roll out every day throughout the week. So that is by design. That is planned. Samir, good to see you. Good to see you. So if you're curious about that, actually, thank you for the reminder, because I actually need to go. What I'll do is I'll pick up that dilithium on my way out. So I'll actually go to here. What is this, Murasaki or whatever? Murasaki. And I'll pick some up here before I send that out to Deep Space. So, Dale, good to see you. Dranar. I'm talking to Lee. Not pushing on the SLB event. The cost of my server is stupid. Well, it definitely will depend on your bracket. What is the cost for you? Like, what is your server at? Because I'm at the level 46 bracket in this account, obviously. And you just saw, what, 30 million points was my top? No, Samir, definitely get you some rest, man. Definitely get you some rest if you need it. I definitely understand. Empire, I have no idea. I just have a playlist that I play through. I don't memorize the songs. I memorize very little in my life. I'm really bad about that. I'm sorry. I wish I could answer the question, but I honestly don't know the name of it. 40 million was the top. That sounds right. Yeah, I mean, so that's a lot, right? I mean, most people aren't dumping that much. I'm definitely can't afford to dump that much. So, and thank you, Rev T, for the Happy Father's Day. Man, I wanted the Armada one. Why can't you give me the Armada one? I never get what I want. Never get what I want. Dave, thank you for the Happy Father's Day. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Hey, do I have anything I can even... I do need to get another, like, 1,000,000 points to finish off. These are all commons. I don't think... Yeah. All right. Some stuff I can do here. Viker's Fist isn't. Hostile Stealth isn't. You know, let's do pure Klingon survey. A well-timed Shazam may get it for me. Found that one Fever song before. Yeah, sorry. I just I have a playlist that's just non-copyright music, and it just rotates through at random. And there's like 200 songs on it. So, did Rev get spoiled today? No, Rev did not get spoiled. If you would like to spoil Rev, here I'll give you all the links for spoiling if you would like to. Spoiling's not required. It's appreciated, but I'm just a normal dad living a normal life. Next trivia day is the 23rd. No others. Basically, it's a throw-in event for the participation point for main Voyager event. Correctamundo, which I think you'll need to mine 1 dilithium. So it should be done. But let's go verify that. Go verify. Hop off the node. And that should have completed it. So, boss, I did actually. I can show you. Ooh, did Rev miss it? Was it not Ensign? It was Ensign. Oh. For some reason, my brain said that was paying to lithium. All right, so I did get it. I mined to lithium. You figured it would pay to lithium, but no. It's not, in fact, how it works. And then we need to do destroy Cardassian hostiles. As y'all can see, I've not really been doing the storyline events. I've not put forth effort into it. So, call me lazy. But, Bose, I actually did. I actually built a submarine, the USS Tang, which registered 33 kills in World War II for the U.S. before being sunk by its own final torpedo. Scott, the Cash App isn't a link. You just enter in that Cash App if you want to donate. But here, I'll actually show it to you if y'all are curious. I actually built this yesterday on stream. I mean, it's a $, Louisiana, and Kaiser. Come on. But we built this on stream. This was a gift from chat. Somebody bought this off my Amazon wish list last week. So, and considering this was only like $40, this is pretty freaking cool. But this is the USS Tang from United States in World War II. Oh, it's not focusing. Focus! Come on, camera. It's literally right here. Camera! All right, our camera doesn't want you to see the nameplate, so sorry. But... Anyway, that's what we did yesterday. House 24 decided to skip every ship to go straight to level 28 faction ships. Basically, don't have a max North Star Kirk Chin. Doable. It is doable, but don't skip everything. You need your specialty ships. Those are actually the most important ships in the 20s. Far more important than even the 28s. You need all those specialty ships. You need the Discovery. You need the Vidar. You need the Meridian. Make sure you're getting those. But in terms of skipping the other things, makes sense. Makes sense. Like I've actually said before that in terms of like when I restart now, I only build a 26 like D3 or Legionary just for cloaking. I don't actually level it up. I just build it and then I do the cloaking daily. Because there is some nice research for the cloaking daily, so we do try to give some love to that. But yeah, happy Father's Day, Draco. I appreciate it, man. It's very kind of you. I love that the community comes in with so much love. It's very kind of the community. You scrap a couple of Mayflowers for the free prime researches. You do, but you can do that level 34. I don't see a point in investing in that in the 20s, because after you've done a lot of these researches for efficiency, it's a lot cheaper to do it at 34 than it is to do it at 26. So, but that's again, that's just my style. Some people would want to have that other faction ship and want to use it, and I completely understand that. You want to go play with their faction ship. I'm not going to get mad at that. That makes sense. For me personally, I'm always trying to be, efficient and all that fun jazz. So I tend to not. The double heroic SMS been talked about. How do you get it? So you get the second heroic SMS completing the first one. I am personally not a fan of this format because it requires you to collect the first one after you completed it before the second one starts. So it actually ended up screwing me over because I completed the first one and it didn't auto roll over. So this says I've only scored 10 million points when you can see over here I've scored almost 12. That's over 1 million points that didn't roll over to the second one because it didn't hit the collect button. So normally that level 30 is not offered those 50 BPs for Voyager. Yes, Bio to Toop, it is. So just even building Legos with the kids. What are you building, Dave? If you want to build like the ones I am, there's a U.S. company called Warbricks that I actually talked to them and got a discount code for y'all. That if you want to build these military planes, boats, tanks, etc., warbricks.com, just use code RevDeuce. It'll save you some money if you want to build some of those with your kids. Before anybody asks, no, that's not a kickback thing. They're not paying me for that. I just, so many of y'all enjoy the hobby. I figured, hey, why don't we see if we can't get a little discount for everybody? So, is the normal second row worth it, or is it still the same amount of shards? It's the same amount, Dim. And it's really only worth it if you were going to drop that anyway. So in terms of how much you end up getting, so it's 15, 20. So if you did both heroic SMSs, you're going to get 40 Janeway shards. And depending on where that puts you in the leaderboard, for me, that gets another about 20-ish on top of that. So it's about a half a unlock. Is that worth it? That's really up to y'all. I don't think it's near as good as the one that we had last month. I thought the one that with the doctor was the scaling one was way better. But this is a different form of that. Hey, Dab, good to see you. I'm not a fan of this style. I would much prefer last month's style. I think that was much better. But the doctor one was obviously a little bit easier for everybody. And I guess for them, it's an issue of scaling and how many of an officer they're giving away. To me, that's a shitty argument. Sorry for cursing. It's a crappy argument. But yeah. And it's also getting to the point where it's frustrating because of the inconsistency. Like, we do want to get better, but just like pick a style. Why do you find something that everybody likes and everybody engaged in, and then be like, well, let's make it slightly worse? I don't like that. What would you add to the level 39 camp on top of your videos since the game has added so much? Honestly, nothing, Robert. The only thing that I would really talk about and add are the other specialty ships that have come out. Nothing else has really changed. The whole premise of it is getting your efficiency researches up, getting your main epic ship, which is going to be your primary reputation grinder, up, and then getting your specialty ships done. That was kind of the premise of it. And I wouldn't really change anything in terms of the milestones. You might need to, adjust some of it based on where your ships are, the Voyager, the Titan, the Defiant, the Fuchsia. But yeah, if there's a crappy argument, we still haven't had decent access to officers like Bashir, Dax, and others. You should get a full unlock of the rares in the battle pass. I haven't seen that in a while. Well, you do have a full unlock this month with what's his face? Him. So you do have a full rare meta unlock this month. Get this. And I'm currently grinding. I am 9 VPs away from a free Kelvin. I'm only 9 VPs away from a free Kelvin. So that's if you wonder why I'm grinding this and not like Swarm Sunday, that would be why. Swarm Sunday no longer means anything to me. And I'm just here to grind and get free shit. I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a sneeze. No, Roboski, I think I can actually get that in a single day. Usually per 100 boxes, I'm getting at least 5. So if I do 200 to 300 boxes, I should unlock that today. Do you recommend Voyager BP or Harry? Kind of up to you, Harold. I mean, honestly, we don't know what the sourcing for the Voyager officers are, but we know the sourcing for the Voyager ship. And the Voyager ship can be sourced free to play in 100 days. I would get Harry Kim. I know most people are going to lean towards Voyager, and you know, for next month they could come out with officer sourcing for this group, and then I look like an idiot. Maybe, but we know that there is a free-to-play path right now of the Voyager. We don't know there's a free-to-play path to all these officers that is consistent sourcing. I would get the officer, and a part of that is just because I'm not super impressed with Voyager. It's a very complicated, convoluted loop. It's not bad. It's just a lot of work. So much work that I don't do it every day. And I don't think it's bad, but I'm not in a hurry to go after it. Like, if I was a spender, I wouldn't buy to get it. I would use it when I have it and enjoy it when I have it, but I wouldn't buy to get it. And again, next month, maybe we do have the officers getting, you know, good sourcing, and that would be fantastic. Like, I'm not going to complain about it, but personally, I'd probably go Harry Kim. Knowing what I know now about the Voyager, having a Voyager, and again, not that the Voyager is a bad ship. It's just a lot of work. Hey, Fenris, how you doing? Doesn't help that Tier 9 Voyager is impossible to full pull. Well, Draco, doesn't matter what level you are, it's impossible to full pull. By design, you are not supposed to be able to full pull all your stuff through Voyager Refinery, even if you do the maximum amount of work. Doesn't matter if you've paid for Tier 9 or you're at Tier 2. That is a current impossibility by design. We actually have a chart that shows that in our Discord. Jules put the chart together when we were going through the math, and yep, you are by design not able to do a full pull of all your Voyager stuff at any given time. So, fantastic. What's the crew for heroic Hirogen battleships? Pipe Road Chen, or you know, you can use full synergy Strange New Worlds. They're not really super complicated hostiles. I just use standard PvE crews. Standard PvE crews. Our Klingon rep is 10 mil. Could I build a Bokchor when I get blueprints? Yes, Dale. So for example, let's look at my rep. I'm currently grinding Kelvin blueprints, but you'll notice my Federation rep is only 10 million. So I very clearly can't go and redeem Kelvin BPs, but I'm 9 away. Once you have the BPs, you can build it. You're not rep locked on ships. So you can grind for a lot of the ships that you don't have in your faction and do it that way. That's what I'm doing. In fact, my first 4-star miner is actually going to be the USS Hydra, a faction that I am not friendly with, which I think is a cool feature. A lot of people will grind these out, but I think it's still probably something that's not as well known in terms of like to the average player. But if you're willing to put in the grind time, you can grind out certain ships for free, even if you don't have the faction yet. You want to start using the Voyager crew for hostile grinding? I mean, yes, they are effective. The math is definitely good on them. It's very comparable to Strange New Worlds. It's not going to be better than Pipe Road Chin, a full Voyager crew, but it's comparable to Strange New Worlds. So, also, Scott, big thank you. I appreciate that. Scott just donated to support my family on Cash App. Scott, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I just sent you a little heart back right at you. I appreciate you, Scott. Thank you. This is very, very kind of you. Works you pretty well with hostile grinding. I mean, the math definitely checks out for Voyager as a hostile grinding crew. I'm more excited about the Voyager crew than I am about the ship, even though the ship, again, isn't bad. You know, the loop is just a lot. You know, it's 2 hostiles, 2 different mining nodes, but all these are really nice. Once you get to tier 4, I'm going to use these to pull more uncommon interceptor parts and stuff. So it's not a bad loop. It's just a lot. So, hey, Mike, happy Father's Day to you as well. Hank, happy Father's Day to you as well. Good to see y'all coming through. Using Pipe Road Channel on the heroics, you get about 4 before your auger goes poof. I mean, they are heroics, so the overall feel of this is tough grind. Now, what you should try to focus on, if you can, is when you see the freighters in Dairy Queen space. Hit the freighters. They pay out a lot more, have way more value, a little bit easier. Oop, you're going the wrong way. Right there. Use the freebooter crews for heroics. Well, my freebooter crew is my personal freebooter crew is Strange New World crew, but you can use other crews too. I would say we're talking about the Herodians, not the 8472, because 8472 punches like a son of a gun. But it's really just generic crews, but they are, they're heavy hitters, but they are elites. And you can do the regular Herodians before those systems. They don't pay out as much, but you can go farm those instead, and you can get more of those versus fighting the Herodian elites. I can tell which systems drop certain BPs. Their existing list. It's all about levels, Samu. So, like, if you're looking for Kelvin BPs, it's level 46 and up Federation hostiles. If you're looking for Newton BPs, it's 49 and up level, or for level 49 and up Federation hostiles. It just depends on what ship specifically. There's not like a specific system that's really good for it, or there's not a, really spicy location. Oh, don't recall, please. No, thank you. It's just more of hitting the hostile levels and the warp ranges. Trigger uses 5 Bevcon, Gorkon / Lorca. Well, that's 5 off, but yeah. Here's your dual lock Thursday. I now have a third faction up to 3 mil positive with massive grinding and save missions. Very nice, Queen of the Random. I'm assuming you're going to triple lock it. And how long you think it's going to take you to get that triple lock in? Now, all the regular transports are spawning now when I need the big ones. We're getting plenty of these regulars in. We're going to get these boxes. Hopefully get our Kelvin BPs today. So, been using the PMC? Oh, I already read that. Happy Father's Day to you as well, Nathan. Thank you so much for saying it. It's very, very kind of you. I don't expect as many people to come in today because it is a holiday, at least in the U.S., but I think fathers everywhere should get some love, mothers everywhere on their day, but it's not your day, mothers, so don't you try to take it from us. It's Father's Day. Yeah. Thought the Geneva Convention protected us from this Voyager grind torture. Wow. Plain Simple Garrick with the highlight comment of the day. How you doing, Plain Simple Garrick? Which is a great reference, by the way. A great reference. Dads get playtime during kids' nap time. I mean, that's how most of y'all are doing your Star Trek Fleet Command, I assume. So that makes sense. Look at me with my fancy skin on my Discovery. Nobody else has it. What a whale Rev is. One more week for triple. Very nice. I'd be very proud of yourself for doing that. Like, there's some great accomplishments in the game. Like, I'm personally really excited about me getting free Federation ships by grinding. I mean, I could have done it previously, but now that I'm actually putting forth the effort, I'm very, very happy with myself and excited about the level of work and grind I'm putting in. I like it. It's fun. You have that skin? Nice finish. Now I don't feel like I'm alone. It's just weird. I looked in that system and there was literally nobody but me rocking it. So I was like, awkward. Your present for Father's Day is everyone leaving me alone to play Star Trek Fleet Command? Felt. Whatever present you get, whether your kids actually get you something, your wife gets you something, whatever. Hope you just enjoy your day, fathers. Hope you enjoy your day. Let's see. Here. And not there. Kill some more heavies. Let's see if I finished my Anomalous Phenomenon. Do you have the Terror skin on the Franklin? I do not. Anomalous Phenomenon is not completed. Got to do your Anomalous Phenomenon. You need to do Anomalous Phenomenon every Sunday. Just so, if for no other reason, you definitely want to get those speed ups. So, are you worried you'll have enough time to do what you do now when the new Star Trek game releases? I have to make time doing K. I mean, I'm a full-time content creator. I got to make time. I got to find a way. You got to do your job. I mean, if a construction job is really difficult, you find a way. So I'm not worried per se, but I will have to make time to get it in. Got to do my job. Support the family. Disco Refit as a donut. I went after it in the event store. It is nice. If for no other reason, it gives you some level of Lorca sourcing. It's not amazing, but when you have no sourcing for an officer, you'll take any sourcing you can get. So that does give me a very slow Lorca drip. I'm nowhere near maxing on Lorca, but something is something. It's like I always say more is more. It's not something I would necessarily go buy, but when it comes through in an event store, it's something to really consider. You got a bike cart, so turning a few mile bike ride. All about that time in the end, though. I haven't ridden a bike in probably over a decade. Bike riding is not as big of a deal here in the U.S. as it is in like our friends over in the European countries. So, not as big of a deal here. Picard sourcing we have on Picard Day. Yeah, well, Picard sourcing was buy a pack. And hey, look, at least to Scopely's credit, that pack was a good value in terms of Scopely packs. Did I buy it? Of course not. Because I've got an AC and a pool to repair, which the pool guy hopefully is here this week. And the AC guy hopefully is here this week. Fingers crossed. But Tim, if you haven't seen it, I put a video out on it Friday. Check out the video. But it's a grand strategy Forex game. But I did put out a video about it Friday if you want to go check it out. Really encourage you to. The game is called Star Trek Infinite. And I'm very excited about it. Just like last year, I put out a video telling everybody that Star Trek Resurgence was coming. I did the same for this one, and I'm more excited about this than I was for Resurgence. But Resurgence is also a good single-player game. My 11-year-old made me a miniature J87 Stuka out of plywood. Culture, that is super cool. That is super cool. Repeat, but have you played the new game, and what are your thoughts about it? I think Resurgence is cool. I've watched it. I haven't gotten it because of money. It has been a really tough honestly, it's been a really tough year when it comes to finances. I'm really kind of like hunkering down on what I buy. But I've watched a couple friends play it. I've watched the story. My only real complaint about Resurgence is the story is too short. It's only about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay. But it is a really good game. See, Heavy. You like Paradox game? My only gripe with them is the complexity. Well, again, it's a grand strategy game. You know, it's there are levels to it, and not everybody likes grand strategy, which is the complexity. Personally, I love it, but there is a learning curve to grand strategy. Like, you're not going to just jump into grand strategy and start being amazing. There is a learning curve. Some people like that level of detail. I do, but I also have to put in many hours to start mastering it. And to me, that's part of the fun. But some people want to be able to just go in, and there's nothing wrong with that either. So it just depends on what style you like. I personally love grand strategy games that require, I mean, hell, I've got 1,000 hours in one of Paradox's title called Hearts of Iron, and I still haven't mastered that game. I personally love that. Paradox is overseeing the development, Hugo. It's being made by a company called Nimble Giant, or a dev studio called Nimble Giant, but Paradox is overseeing it. I'm actually talking to the Paradox CM, who is in charge of the game. So, but it is a Paradox title. Just a so Paradox has their own game studio. But Paradox Interactive is the company. You have Paradox Development, which is their game studio, and they also have a couple of other game studios they work with that work under the Paradox umbrella. Like Surviving Mars wasn't created by Paradox's in-house studio, but it was still built with Paradox. One more game you have, but haven't played it. It's on my list. Dude, Nathan. I want to tell you to play it, but at the same time, I might not see you anymore because it is that level of depth. But when I get into a Hearts of Iron phase, like that's the game I'm playing, I'll be lost 3 or 4 hours at a time. I played and finished Hearts of Iron 3, and it took me close to 2 years to completely conquer the world with the Germans. Wow, Fenris. That's a long gameplay, but hey, if you enjoyed it, that's what matters. And what's crazy is you'll watch some people who play Hearts of Iron and like they will know the strategy so well that they can overrun, you know, the world in a few hours. Like that's just how quickly they operate, how efficient they are. And I'm not near that good, but I also am really big about immersion. So when I play a country, like I'm investing myself in it, and I'm like watching it play out and doing the day by day. And I'm not necessarily playing those games to be the best as I am to immerse myself in the idea of I'm part of this and like this is happening and I'm actually in charge. So didn't get any of my points for the SMS part 2 day 1, and so far supports this upload. So Nico, are you talking about the heroic SMS? The second heroic SMS? Because I am not a fan of the basic format of it. I'll be talking to the Arc Runner about it tomorrow morning. There are mods, Fenris, to extend the timeline of Hearts of Iron. There are actually some really cool mods on Hearts of Iron that there's one, for example, for Hearts of Iron 4 called Millennium Dawn. So another thing I love about Paradox games, they are 100% open to modders. So they make their games easily moddable so that people can add content of their own. So there's a mod for Hearts of Iron 4 called Millennium Dawn that moves the timetable up to the year 2000 with fully updated research trees, units, planes, etc. And that's another thing that I love about that company. Like Star Trek Fleet Command, they don't allow any type of modding. Granted, there is no single player version of Star Trek Fleet Command, but there is no modding for STFC. There is modding for Hearts of Iron, which I think is so cool. Hey, Nemi, how are you doing? There's a Twitch streamer that can tell what the AI is going to do based on the timing of the events, which is crazy, Robotsky. I have honestly never even watched a Hearts of Iron 4 streamer, I don't think. But like even when Star Trek Infinite comes out, it's going to be difficult because I want to make content for it. But I also know I'm not going to be the most educated streamer for it because I'm not the most educated Stellaris streamer, even though I love Stellaris. Big fan of the second heroic SMS. I hate it, Sniper. That is an awful format and decision to me. If you want a proper heroic SMS, it needs to be like the one last month with the Doctor. That is a decent heroic SMS. Happy Father's Day to you as well, Can You Block? How are you? John, happy Father's Day to you. Do we have to do all the ticket events to unlock Paris? There is not a free-to-play path for Paris. There's only a free-to-play path to Kim. If you did all the tickets, you're getting close to Tom Paris. But I don't think he has a free-to-play path in month 1. Just our main one. Heroic spin solo milestone event is not that bad when you spend so many resources. The problem is that it doesn't auto roll over. Like if you complete the first one, you have to be tracking your points and collect your first one before you can start the second SMS. And they don't tell you that anywhere. So I ended up wasting over 1 million points. All because they didn't actually list or say anywhere that you needed to, that there was no rollover. So you have to complete the first heroic SMS and then go collect it before you can start the second, or else you're just going to be blowing points out the window. So, and that's horrible design. That's making players waste resources. I don't want to waste resources. I want to be as efficient as possible with these very hard to get uncommon materials and rare materials and even epic materials if you're in the 40s or 50s. I don't want to just have them willy-nilly disappearing into the ether because you didn't make an event that should roll over. Event store comes at the end of every arc, Cam. So you gotta, the last month of Voyager will have an event store. Last month of Voyager will have an event store. Brad, I'm talking about the heroic SMS for Janeway. People get mad about missing points for heroic X because they forget to join. Well, there's a huge difference there. Being forced to join the Apex is there as a built-in feature to prevent people from never getting content. What I mean by that is, if you are a high level player, which means you naturally win those leaderboards, once you've collected everything, you no longer have a need to hit join on that button. So it allows people to not participate, which means that you have a better chance of getting it. Has nothing to do with how the heroic SMS is set up. So they're two very different situations. The Apex one is set up to benefit the player. This is not benefiting the player. This is hurting the player. The idea of multiple SMS tied to a spin SOB is only a benefit to us. No, it's not. If you want it, the perfect format was literally last month, y'all. A scaled heroic, as in it had like 10 milestones. You don't need 2 SMSs, guys. This is not a move in the right direction. You had the right direction last month. The Kobayashi Maru style event, which is just continually ascending milestones, is the way to do this. You don't need 2 events. You literally had the great format that everybody said was perfect last month. And then you made it worse this month. Correct, Brett. If you finish the first heroic SMS, a second one comes up. Well, Fielden, if I spend 12 million, I'm only getting 40 shards. If you go check the other STFC.space, the doctor gave out more. Doctor gave out more. You have to go use the other site because STFC.space doesn't track it, but I think it's still on the other one that Ripper put up. Derek, Tom Paris got bumped down to Ensign, so you need to go mine just 1 dilithium. Appreciate if I splurge 9K in material in one go, I'll only get the 1 milestone. Correct, NM. Like if you blow all your materials and don't collect the first event, it does not automatically score in the second event. You've got to collect the first event. So not only are you getting less shards per uncommon spent, you've also got to then track how much you're actually investing to make sure that you qualify and get points into the second event. Hey, Ordrin, how you doing? You're able to see both? That's not how it is for anybody that I've seen, Nico. It's always been for this weekend. Everybody is, you see one, complete it, then you see the next one. They're not running simultaneously. If yours managed to run simultaneously, you cashed out. Like you got an awesome deal. But it's not designed to release simultaneously. It's designed to be 1 and then 2. And that's actually how they're numbered. They're actually numbered 1 and 2. So if I pull up the event real quick, you'll see Recruit it, Janeway Heroic SMS, and then Recruit Janeway Heroic SMS 2. This one's supposed to pop off when you complete this one and collect the rewards. Then this pops up. And even Fielden, even if they're the same amount, it's still a bad format because it doesn't auto-populate the second one. So that means the player can waste 50,000 points or 5 million points and not know it. So no matter what, even if the payouts are equal, it's still worse because you've got to complete the first one. And that's just a bad format. Like it's going to cause players to be wasting resources. And I think that's bad. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's bad. I think that's just not good for player experience when you have an event style that you just ran that worked perfectly fine. Origin wasted 6 million points. I only wasted about 1.5 million, and I'm pissed about wasting 1.5 million. Like I took a screenshot of it. I was pissed. Hey Sasquatch, happy Father's Day, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for being so kind. I appreciate the happy Father's Day. We even had one person send a few bucks to Cash App to celebrate Father's Day, and I appreciate them too. Very kind of you. It was Scott. Thank you, Scott. I am a nerd next level, 100%. No denying it. Well, I'm not ashamed of it. It's 2023. It's better to be a nerd than to be anything else. Nerds are getting more money than jocks are, so This is the time to be a nerd. Shout out to being a nerd. You lose anyway, since you can't do exactly what you need for the first one, you will do more. No? Don't waste any. Don't just dump like that. Gildan, that's still not the point. Like, you're missing it. I feel like you're just being contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Because even what you're saying doesn't actually add up at all. It has nothing to do with waiting until the end. It shouldn't be on the player to track every individual point. Because what your argument literally is you're going to mathematically hit 6.21 million in this instance perfectly before spending anything else and then collect this to start the second one. That is not good design. And I don't see how you can even argue it is. Because who is going to sit there, and why would you expect a player to sit there and perfectly mathematically out there spending, going through research and ship upgrades and building upgrades and find the perfect way to get to 6.21 so they don't waste any uncommons to get to the heroic 2? That's stupid. That's just dumb. No, you can't ask a player to do that. That's dumb. So it's a bad idea. You can't say the execution isn't great and then say it's a good idea. If the execution isn't good, then the idea sucked. Especially when you had a format that last month worked better. Now, if all this rolled over and worked like a decent mechanic should, which we've all played this game long enough to know that that's not how things work around here, I really wouldn't be moaning and complaining like I am. But this is Scopely we're talking about here. Is there an icon somewhere to show that I have a quest in the system? Nope. There's not, Smitty. You just gotta get to looking. Another thing that we've been asking for is some form of mission tracking. But no, the only thing that you'll see icon-wise is stuff that you already have. And yeah, Roboski, you actually got more for the doctor than Janeway. We looked at that yesterday on Discord. You get 6 more shards for the same amount of spend. You're getting less shards and more complications, which forces you to waste more resources. Yeah, Brett, and see, that's another issue is there was also no communication on this. Like, nobody went and told the community that there was going to be a second surprise heroic SMS. We just found it out by it happening. So not only did they try a new event style, they didn't even tell people it was happening. So no matter what, you've had probably hundreds of thousands to millions, depending on how many people are participating in this SLB, wasted materials just off into the ether. I think that sucks for players. Communication's been a failure for the last 3 months. It has. And it honestly pisses me off a little bit more because we just had Eco finally do a state of the game and like, yeah, y'all are so right. I've got to do better. Radio freaking silent. I mean, and I'm not trying to like come at Eco directly, but if he's getting asked to do other jobs by Scopely, somebody needs to be saying something. So, not sure why they even have a CM department at one point. Hey, I'll tell you that the VIP CMs are fantastic and very communicative and very helpful. But it just doesn't help all the average Joes out in the chat right now. So, I refuse to pay for a Voyager to play for a few missions when Voyager should be a free ship. Voyager is a free ship next level. Voyager has a free-to-play path. That's actually one of the good things this month. Voyager has a 100% free-to-play path from day one. So that already exists. The most realistic explanation is that the Arc Runner didn't plan on a heroic SMS at all, and other people asked where one was. See, I can counter that meme because 3 weeks ago when we had our meeting with the Arc Runner, we told them how much players wanted this and that they should do it. As in, we went through the feedback of how well received the doctor's SMS was. So this wasn't a last moment, oop, I had no idea. Warning was given. So even if that's the argument, no, they were told beforehand. Did Eco or Beck know about the second heroic event? I honestly don't know, right? Like, and it's very possible they didn't. But either way, it's still a problem with Scopely as a communication. It's also why I try not to target individuals, right? Like, I'm not really trying to like say Eco is bad at his job. I'm not. But there's definitely problems as a company where players aren't getting the information they need. And that's an issue. The arc will be over before I get the ship for free. It does work. Yeah, I mean, that's next level. That's any normal game. I mean, if you were able to get the ship like in 2 weeks, then they wouldn't make any money from selling it because nobody would buy it. They would just wait 2 weeks. So it's not fair to expect a company to just give you the ship. How are they going to make any money off of it? I understand that Scopely's got to make money. I'm fine with that as long as there is communication and there is a reasonable path to a free acquisition. And the Voyager has a reasonable path for free acquisition. It's not like the Meridian, which still has no sourcing besides an event store or spending. Hey, NJM, I appreciate that. Click, click. We are almost to 100 boxes. They screwed up and didn't think of normal players and what they need in order to play the game. Quite possible, Turtle. Quite possible. These are all things I'm going to try to bring up this week when I have some meetings with them. Only 2 Kelvin and 5 Hydra. So, of course, when I'm going after the Kelvin, I'm getting mostly Hydra now. I'll still take the free Newton VP. But, okay. So, 5 Hydra. You see how close that gets us. We're going to keep grinding, by the way. My goal is to do it today. And my estimate was it'd take me 200 to 300 boxes. Now I'm down to needing 7 Kelvin VPs. Needing 7. In my opinion, they need all the ARC teams to combine and provide consistency they haven't seen yet, like changing a president every 4 years. Yeah, I think that there needs to be a structural redo up at Scope. I really do. But I have no control over any of that. What I can say, though, is if you like the content and you love children, I have 3 children that you can help donate to. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all of it helps. None of it's required, but it does help tremendously. If everybody who watches the channel would just gave $1 every time we streamed, we would be able to pay our bills. So, thank you if you choose to donate. If you don't worry about it. I'm not going to be mad at you. Wishing you and the family a good Sunday, and I wish you the best this upcoming week. Thank you, Big Al. That's very, very kind. And I hope you're having a great day. Happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat. You're 50 out of 100 for the Titan. Voyager 10 out of 100. You miss being a spender. I don't. Because I've got other accounts that I grind on. I've got this one that is, I would say this is a light spending account. This is not, I guess it depends on who you're asking. Because if we went to other games and we talked about spending, $20 to $120 a month, they would not be saying that's light spending. But in Star Trek Fleet Command terms, that's light spending. But my other accounts, I'm having just as much fun with my slow grinds as I am these hardcore ones. That's just maybe me. I guess it just depends on how much the new content matters to you. Like just being a part of the new. But Matthew says, sounds like a bunch of lip service. People still spend regardless of what they do. So they say a few things people want to hear, try to appease. Well, the thing is, Matthew, that's not usually the case. In fact, spending for the past 4 months has been really, really down, which is why you've been getting so many of these packs out of nowhere that was like selling Tau for $50. The Prime packs that came out of nowhere. Now, this month, apparently, Voyager has been doing really well. We don't have specifics on that, just kind of like roundabout Voyager did well. And I think Voyager sold well because it's the freaking Voyager, and people like stuff that's actually iconic from Star Trek. But that actually has been an issue, that money hasn't just been continually rolling in like it always was. That's not been a thing. So I just got Ops 30 and saw a G dry dock available. How much is that token? Seth, that dry dock is $50. $50. Well, annoying that I can Can't get the newer ships. Being ops 28, 29, I get some of the newer officers without trying too hard. Truthfully, the officers are probably more important. I mean, if you manage to get, Strange New Worlds and Janeway and all these others in the 20s, you are set for like the rest of the game. At least as of now. It's a great thing to have. Does Defiant sell well? Defiant did decently well, yeah. Because it's the Defiant, right? A good way to tell if a ship is selling well is if it gets immediate changes after it releases. Notice how the Mantis got worked on a lot. Mantis didn't go over super well. So that's kind of gives you like something that you can check on. Like if you notice the Voyager, if you listen to a lot of us who have it and spinners who bought it, the Voyager has some of the same problems the Mantis did. Cargo size, the loot grind, issues with the hostiles, all that other stuff. But all that got worked on when the Mantis came out. None of it got worked on when Voyager came out. And it's not like Voyager coming out, they magically have like less people or anything. That just simply comes down to, well, sure, there's problems, but we're selling a butt ton of them. Move on to the next content. See, next level, it actually depends, because here's the truth of it. Most games that I would buy for $100 on Steam, I might get 60 hours of gameplay out of. I have gotten, just in my time playing Star Trek Fleet Command, if you combine all my accounts, tens of thousands of hours in it. So in terms of entertainment dollar per hour, I get way more in Star Trek Fleet Command than any other game. Like a lot better return. There are some exceptions to that. Like Fallout 4, I've spent probably between the DLCs and the main game, $150. And I've got many, many, many hours in that title. There's also other games I bought for $60 that I've got 30 hours in. So truthfully, when you do the math in terms of how much enjoyment you're getting in the time you're investing, Star Trek Fleet Command is doing pretty well. But that's because most of us are spending 6 hours a day in the game, I'm glad you like the beard, No Way. Which officer do you think is better, Doc or Janeway? Doc, but both are really good. I mean, Janeway is awesome, but the Doc to me is a must-have. Doc is like A tier, S tier. Janeway is also stupid good. Both of them are really good. But the game that I have the most hours in, just to give you an example, on Steam is, well, it's an RPG, so I'm not counting it. But let's just say Hearts of Iron 4, because I mentioned it earlier. I've got over 1,000 hours of Hearts of Iron 4. But if you wanted to have my Hearts of Iron 4 experience, like you wanted to play Hearts of Iron 4 to the same level, everything that I do, you would have to go buy the game, $40. And keep in mind that this game's been out for 7 years. So 40. And then if you bought every DLC at full price, 60, 65, 80, 85, 90. I'm going to skip the music packs. 96. I'm going to skip the radio pack. 106, 126, 146, 166, 176, 195. So a little bit over $200, not counting taxes. You get 1,000 hours in. And that's if you just went and bought all my stuff. But that's, it's a game that has been out for 7 years and has got many, many DLCs. So it comes out with new content, and there's actually that game, Hearts of Iron 4, has more content coming out at the end of the year, probably another $20. Which, if you're talking about over 7 years, spending $20 here and there, really not as big of a deal. But I'm also in Star Trek Fleet Command. I know I've got over 10,000 hours, so I've got 10 times the amount of time in Star Trek Fleet Command. Technically more than that, and personally have spent in 4.5 years, $2,500. I honestly would have to ask them how much I've spent. No way. Khan becomes available at level 28 on Swarm Sunday. Level 28 on Swarm Sunday. I kind of wish they would add an active time played. I would love that out of them. Like to actually know how much this account has had and everything. Now I run multiple accounts, so I know I'm a little bit more donut than some of y'all, but I run multiple accounts. The Destiny 1 2 bought everything and got 12,000 hours. That's fantastic, Boxer. Now, does that include buying all the cosmetics that came out and all the extra stuff? I'm curious how much that costs. And like somebody mentioned CSGO. If you are hardcore into the skins in CSGO, there are skins in CSGO that cost more than everything I've spent in Star Trek Fleet Command. Like crazy talk. Like I just told y'all what I've spent on this account, Star Trek Fleet Command. There are just cosmetics in CSGO that cost more than everything I've spent in this game. Crazy. Crazy. We played the Metro series? I have not. Douglas, I don't use Google Play. I mean, I used to when I first started playing this game, but I haven't done Google Play in a long time. If you were Tim Horton's order, what would you be? I have no idea what that even means. Horton Hears a Who is a book by Dr. Seuss. But other than that, I have no idea what you're talking about. Do not find Janeway's too great for grinding. Not sure if I'm using her right, running full synergy. Should be just fine. Now, Queen, it depends on what you're comparing her to. If you're comparing her to Pipe Moro Chin, of course she's not as good. Nothing is as good as Pipe Moro Chin. Nor will it ever be. Pipe Moro Chin was way too strong when it was invented. So it's not fair to compare it to Pipe Moro Chin, which is why I compared Janeway to Strange New Worlds. That's a far more fair comparison. You got a Desert Eagle skin and sold for $150. It's crazy to tell a lot of people who maybe aren't as into gaming that there is an entire like sect of gaming that literally their job is they buy and resell games and skins. And that's literally how they make a living because there's so much money in it. For those that didn't hear, here's a crazy one for you. I'm a content creator. Y'all see me. Y'all watch my streams. I'm a small streamer. A streaming service called Kick just signed the top streamer from Twitch to go stream for them for $100 million for 2 years. He's getting paid $50 million a year to stream on their platform. The world of gaming is a stupid amount of money. Whether you're a player or whether you're a game developer or whether you are, trying to work in it in some form of entertainment sphere. Like waffles or pancakes? I prefer waffles. They've got like the little syrup cups built into them. Fantastic. Well, honestly, Bose, doesn't really matter if your numbers drop if you get paid, tens of millions of dollars. Sure. Now, XQC's first stream on Kick had more people watching than his last stream on Twitch, but that was his first one. So pay me $50,000 a year to stream for them. They're a loss. Well, you're also Boxer not bringing in literally millions of people, so it's not like he's just a random that got a huge contract. Yo, Sniper, thank you so much for signing up to support the channel as an instant. I really appreciate it. That means a lot, especially here on Father's Day. Thank you. I know the economy's been rough for a lot of people. It's tough to donate, tough to support in times like this. I appreciate you, Sniper. Thank you so much for supporting my family. Really appreciate it. Question mark for my line says, Rare Bev work on mission bosses. You talking about her like shield regen ability and mitigation? Yes. I really appreciate it, Sniper. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot that people would support me and my family. I'm a very proud father of 3, and I'm not making XQC money, so I really appreciate y'all and your support. Thank you. Honestly, Brett, the whole fact that XQC joined and that company is run by gambling money doesn't bother me at all. Personally, I know some people have an ethical issue with it. Doesn't bother me. The only reason I don't stream on Kick is because I don't feel like it's right to ask y'all as my community to go to another platform. I've already got y'all on Twitch. I've already got you here on YouTube. I feel bad if I ask y'all to go to a third platform. That's the only reason I don't do it. Only reason I don't do it. Because financially, it would be a lot smarter for me to go to Kick. But end of the day, My focus is on my community, and I believe if I focus on y'all, then all the things that I have, my bills, stuff that comes up, will get taken care of. I believe if I focus on community, I don't have to worry about trying to nickel and dime every little bit I can get. I believe if I take care of the community, they take care of me. So most of us don't care about a different platform. At least take a poll. We love supporting. Yeah, I appreciate that. But again, if it comes to that point, we can discuss it. But I'm going to hold off on it for now. If we get to a point where like I'm hurting, maybe we'll talk about it. So, never heard about Kick? So the reason Kick is really popping off, pushing gambling is no different than pushing crack. Cool, then I push crack. I'll be honest, bro, I really don't care. Because this game, Star Trek Fleet Command, is literally built on gambling concepts. It is. The whole format that this game operates from, the fear of missing out, the constant new wave, is the same thing. You know, if I'm going to be all high and mighty about Kick, I better not be playing Star Trek Fleet Command, because these games are literally built on the gambling concept. So I personally can't do it. Now, if you do, I completely get it. But I can't. I can't sit on that wall. If I'm level 27 now, wouldn't it be worth going to 28 earlier? Yes. And the reason, by the way, you're hearing about Kick popping up is Twitch pays a 50-50 split. It's like if you subscribe to me on Twitch for $5, I get $2.50. On Kick, it's a 95-5 split. So I get 95% of it. That's why a lot of streamers are going over to Kick. Let's see, where is it? Transport. Pros made so much free-to-play content for us and fights for us against the Overwatch. I do. And I'm happy to do it. I love doing that. I love going toe-to-toe with them. I love trying to make them make this game better. I enjoy it. I really do. I love trying to convince them to make Star Trek Fleet Command better. It sounds crazy. Maybe I'm a masochist, but I do. Will they ever run a transporter pattern spin event? I mean, it's possible. There are no plans for that currently, but of course it is possible. Happy Father's Day to you as well, Bryce. And see, doing K, that's actually one of the things that people are worried about is, can Kick sustain for 2 years, 3 years, etc. Because it is a very generous split. And I honestly don't know the answer. I'm just a guy trying to support his family. And honestly, kind of what Rastruce was saying, if you do want to support a content creator, it doesn't really matter where we are. The best way to support us is donating directly, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, etc. Because that gives us all of it. Whereas like YouTube takes a cut, Kick takes a cut, Twitch takes a cut. I'm here for community. Again, I believe the community will take care of me if I take care of y'all. So I would only ask for 3% if I started a streaming service. Cool, next level. Do it. Go for it. Go for it. Odd to hear you call you Bryce. Hey, it's hard to keep up with all the different names across different platforms. Discord, Facebook, YouTube, etc. It's tough. PayPal doesn't take a cut if you select send to a friend, Shiro. So if you're just sending money as a friend, it doesn't take a cut. It only takes a cut if you say that you're paying for a service. STFC is different from gambling because randomized elements aren't what's generating the income. It's people buying research or ships, exactly what they purchased. Except it's not, Brett, because literally these games are designed around the psychological principle that makes gambling so successful. There are actual seminars and studies done showing how these things are designed, which is why you have countries trying to ban them to an extent. Trust me, man, I've looked into it. This game is built on the gambling principles. That's why they're so successful. That's why digital gaming, games like Star Trek Fleet Command, make up 70% of all digital gaming. Because of this setup. I'm telling you, it is 100%. They have literal people who teach this as a psychological mechanic. They go out and teach game companies this. They're skirting the line and they're working on your brain to incentivize and twist your arm into spending. The same thing. And once they get you hooked with the $5 pack, $20 pack, they reel you in with more expense. Like, hey, you did this, but now you got to go do this if you want to keep what you're doing. Same thing. Just pulling that slot machine. My favorite board game? Honestly, don't have one. Honestly, don't have one. Now, games like Star Trek Fleet Command have learned how to word certain things so that they don't get, you know, the same type of slot machine mechanics. But that's what they're doing. They're building around them. I'm saying what bothers me is where you might purchase something and not get what you wanted to get. I mean, I guess, but to me, it's no different. And that's why I have no issue with what Kick's doing. If gambling and crypto bros want to have their shady money, end of the day, my bills don't care how they get paid. And there's gambling on Twitch. Like, there's literal casino channels and everything on Twitch. So, I mean, I personally don't care. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to get that dopamine hit, Turtle. And I get my dopamine hit by hanging out with y'all. So, that's how I get my dopamine. What's funny is Amazon actually makes money off Kick because Kick is using Amazon Web Services to host all these streams. So Amazon's just like, I don't care who wins. Twitch can win, Kick can win. I'm getting paid out of the way. Amazon don't care. Oh man. STFC is gang Amazon by social engineering. There's a lot of social engineering that goes into this. It's wild though. And it's also why I try to educate people. Like, please don't feel like you have to spend in this game, because you don't. You don't have to spend. The game will try to make you feel like you do. But you don't have to. You are dope. Everybody here in this chat is dope. All of y'all are dope. All of y'all are dope. I love everybody in my chat. I've been successful as a free-to-play player. Thanks to a lot of planning and budgeting my resources. It's a different game for me. I have to play slower, but I'm enjoying the journey. At the end of the day, I don't care if somebody spends $1 million or zero. I just want y'all to be enjoying the game, and I want y'all to be enjoying hanging out. That's all I care about. How do you get a second Stella for scrapping? The only way to get a second Stella for free is through an event store, which we get those every 3 to 4 months. You're right, Brett, but guess what? Various points of society have tried to do that. So I guess where do you draw the line? Which is why I said earlier, Brett, if you draw the line at Kick, that's completely okay. I don't draw the line there at all. But if you do, I'm completely okay with you drawing the line there. Everybody draws their lines differently. I love is your drug. Oh wait, that's a song. Is that a song? Is that a song? I have the Talio, should have scrapped my old Vidar. You can't scrap a Vidar. Vidar is not scrappable. But congratulations on getting your Talios. Coffee time? Nice. Not a big coffee fan. I've been drinking tea. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Brett. And we just don't see eye to eye on it, which is completely okay. Completely okay. Learn something new? That's what I'm here for. It's this game is complex, which is why a lot of people like it. So, I wonder what this message I have is. Just helping out a player. Regular transports. I saw some down here. Yeah, let's go get this one. I get my dopamine when I see the strength number go up on my ship after an upgrade. See, that's actually one of the things I liked about this spend event is I was doing a lot of researches, and like my Pilum is now over 30 million no matter what crew I have on it because of some researches I went and added. So that is really fun. Like I do enjoy that as well. You could see me getting a little excited on stream last night. What type of event gives a second Stella? The event store, LLM. No event gives a Stella. Event store comes around every 3 to 4 months. The only way to get a second Stella for free, or you can buy one. I actually need to check what my M score is because I did a lot of outlaw research yesterday. But I think all the outlaw research I did was stuff that just wasn't Stella specific. Let me actually go take a look because now I'm curious. My M score is 101. Yeah, all the research I did wasn't Stella specific. Like I maxed out rogue shields, I maxed out rogue hulls, I maxed out hideout weaponry, defenses. I worked on these. Like crystal efficiency is as high as I can currently take it. But I need to get more of like Stella targeting done. I need more. I need to go scrap another Stella. So. No, I know, Brett. I know. I just feel like the conversation's kind of dragged on a little bit. I want people to get bored of our conversation. Not that I disrespect your opinion. I just think most of the chat's moved on, so I'm just kind of moving on from it. On the bright side, in the last stage of my 39 camp, 3 to 4 months till push to 42. Wow, that's a long camp in today's game. Most people, move on past that. So kudos to you for sticking to your guns. When's the next event store? Whenever Voyager wraps up. So the last month of Voyager will have an event store. So if it's a 4-month arc, that means that you will get an event store in August. What levels did you start using Stellas? 28. 28 is where it starts. How's my Bajoran faction store going? Now that one I've actually done pretty well in. I do need to go do some more solos. But my Bajoran store, I am 92,000 from Ornathia. And I'm basically pulling everything at all times. I've gotten most of my research pretty good. I mean, I could technically do a couple more if I wanted. So, been doing pretty well. Officer training, honestly, I should do. Don't do stubborn defense, but Bajoran construction needs to get done. There's not a research event going on right now, is there? Enterprise only tier 6 and Augur is tier 5. Yeah, getting those up to tier 8 will definitely help with your rep grind. You can argue that maybe you only need to take 1 to tier 8, but it'll definitely help with the rep grind. Let's see. When did we get official word about the length of the Voyager arc? We haven't gotten any official word, I don't think. Make sure you're hydrating. I appreciate it, Bose. I really don't go outside near enough, so. I need to go out and mow the yard, though. I need to go out and mow the yard. What's your Borg Solar Armada cruise? 5-6 Con, Cisco, Miles, Lorca, and then Beverly, Picard, Bashir. I'm sorry, Picard, Beverly, Bashir. Could you make a video about what the best researches are to increase ship strength? Oh, that's real tough to do. In the end, ship strength really doesn't matter. What matters is your individual things like hull health and DPR, so damage per round. And it also varies ship to ship. I mean, you can make some ships strong power-wise that are just always going to suck. Like the Titan just sucks, period, even if it has nice power scores. If you take 34 epics to at least tier 7, you don't really need the Defiant or the ISS Jelly to do the level 40 solos. True. I wouldn't use the ISS Jelly for that anyway. But everybody who follows the channel knows that I'm not a big fan of the ISS Jelly. Don't feel it has much utility in today's world. And the Voyager has really taken out some of its utility. Oh, Troll Meat. Star Trek Infinite is going to be a PC game. It might have a console port, because some of the other Paradox games have gotten a console port, but it's a PC game. Hey, Laromi, thank you for the happy Father's Day. I appreciate you. It's very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Also, a huge thank you to Paul. I appreciate this. They just donated to me for Father's Day. Just want to say thank you, Paul. Obviously not going to sell it to your... I'll say your last name, but I am going to put you up on the board. Thank you so much for supporting me as we get stuff fixed and we just feed the kids. It really means a lot to me that people were willing to donate to just a little content creator like me. So thank you. And let me put it in real quick because I don't want to forget it. And there we go. Added it to the list up top. Thank you so much, Paul. I really, really do appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Is it worth it to do the rare Dominion solos if you're not 40 plus? Not really, honestly. If you want to, you can. But it's really not worth it until you're 40 plus because there's no turn in. I mean, you can do it if you just want to say, hey, look what I can do. And it is kind of cool to have like a little bragging. There's nothing wrong with a little bragging. You don't really need to. You don't mow grass, you burn it. Very cool. Very cool. Regular transport. There's another heavy. Hopefully this next, I got 30 more boxes until we have 100 boxes. Hopefully this one's more generous with our Kelvin. If we look at our survey, we are 17 away from our Hydra, but I was closest to the Kelvin. I would really like to get it today, but we'll see. We will see. Is it? Oh, I already read that question. Car Beverly Eurydice is better, I think. Kana, I run full critical. Critical is always better for me. Critical is a little bit more RNG based, but I always prefer critical builds. But yeah, there are people who run the Picard Beverly Eurydice run, and there's nothing wrong with it. Another good run. Go to 52, need 23 million trillion still hook me up. I have got like 5 trillion still total. So sadly can't really help you out. And for you, this treasury month doesn't really help you because this is a dilithium treasury month. So can we get a 46 to 49 video? What do you mean? I've already got that. What specifically are you looking for? What are you grinding to get Kelvin BPs? Right now I'm grinding in Sol. So the capital system in FedSpace. But to get those BPs, you just need to hit level 46 and higher Federation hostiles. They have a chance of dropping. But I grind in Sol, these 49 transports. What level is actually worth turning in the treasury? I'm 31, not sure it's worth it yet. As a lower level player, it's more about, do you need the officers? And if the officers are of value to you, then that's when you would turn in a treasury. The rewards are okay, but honestly, the treasury is good no matter where you're at level wise, because if you're comparing it to the $100 packs, you're getting a better value. And that's kind of like how you're supposed to see it. But yeah, 46 is simple. Go to 49. I mean, depends on what strategy. If you're camping, for example, at 46, I mean, yeah, you do want to kind of go all the way to 49. There's not a lot at 47 or 48. And going from 48 to 49 is super cheap, as in there's not a lot of requirements to it compared to some other levels. So, hey, Admiral Pegasus, how you doing? Was running solo last night. Cisco Miles Giorgio. Seeing Miles proc 3 times in a row and then Obliterary Weapon going off 4 times in a row is impressive. That can definitely be a fantastic crew if you are running an Augur, and I'm sure it looked really impressive. Also, I got to say a huge thank you to Neil. Neil just donated to support me and the kids. Neil, thank you so much for this. This is helping make my Father's Day better. I really do appreciate you. So thank you, thank you. And I'm going to put it up on the screen. It goes on to add to the bar. Thank you, Neil. I really appreciate you a lot. 49 to 50 is a huge grind, which is why I made a camping at 49 video. But the 49 to 50 cost is really high. Really high. Admiral Pegasus, I'm doing all right. I built a submarine last night, which I'm really excited about. And for all of our US people, if you're into military style Legos and stuff, or if you're into military aviation, boats, tanks, or cars, there is a company that I reach out to that agreed to make a discount code from my name. I'm not making any money off of it, but I did get a discount code just in case people want to do the builds with me. It's warbricks.com. But I built a submarine last night. That I was really excited about. This is the USS Tang, which is a World War II US submarine. Had 33 confirmed kills, essentially. It sank 33 boats before tragically being sunk by its own torpedo. The torpedo literally, its last torpedo it shot, went out and circled back around and hit it right here. Completely wrecked the boat. But one of the most effective submarines in our history if you're an American. So this is like, I think, $40. If you go to warbricks.com and then use my code, you can get it a little bit cheaper. But I like stuff like this. So, how do you get more Legacy decrees? Buying them, David. Legacy decrees are one of those fun things that come from spending money. Saw the start of the build, but the stream kept cutting out on me. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry, Pegasus. We were actually really lucky that we didn't have any Comcasting in the stream yesterday. It's actually a very rare non-Comcast. It's actually, I streamed for 8 hours yesterday. What primes would I suggest for what, Derek? What's the context of the question? Love the booty hunter back. Well, thank Chris. That's actually part of our merch line. If you go to our website, we've got coasters, t-shirts, hats, etc. And part of that is the booty hunter line, because we're so big into hunting cargo. This is like my pirate flag. So if y'all think that's cool and you want to, wear a t-shirt or something, there you go. I'm a veteran and applaud you as a gamer and father. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Mateo. I appreciate that. I am not a veteran. I am just a civilian with a lot of nerdy habits. So it's like I built the USS Tang, and then right there in the top corner is the P-51 we built 2 weeks ago. That is from the same company. So if you're into those type of things, I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity to have like a little discount and join in. But obviously up to y'all. If you enjoy cooking, I do, but not enough for me to say that I'm good at it. There you go. There's the website if y'all want to check it out. Sadly, they don't ship to like Canada or anywhere. So I'm only helping out my fellow Americans, but I do what I can do, right? I do what I can do. Primes in the game. I know what you're saying, Derek, but like, what level are you? What primes are available? The best primes in the game right now are the ones that came out last month. Those are the best primes in the game, like hands down. You're in Canada. So if you're in Canada, I can give you a place where to get them, but I don't have a discount code there. So glad I was online during the Meridian arc. Why is that, Rio? Why is that? I got my Shielder Share t-shirt on right now. Love my mug and the hoodie and t-shirt. Nice, David. Thank you for supporting my family. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it too. I'm glad you like it. I will say that I like the flag. I'm honestly not one to like wear a lot of my merch. Like, I know I'm wearing a hat that says Rev Deuce, but this was actually a gift from a viewer. So Dreamweaver sent me this. So I wear it so much because I appreciate them sending it to me. But I do love our booty hunter flag. So aren't you sick of hitting mobs yet? Honestly, no, but there's a purpose why though. Like I have a goal, so it's actually not bothering me because of one, I'm rep grinding, and two, I'm trying to get a free ship. And I'm so close to that free ship. The ship that I'm trying to grind out for free is this one right here, the Kelvin. And I'm 143 out of 150. So that's why I'm not sick of it. I've given myself a purpose. And even though I don't need this ship for combat reasons, I want to have it to collect it. So I am 7 away. And that's why I'm sitting here blowing up these mobs on repeat. And it doesn't bother me because I'm hanging out with y'all, I'm getting some good chat in, and then I'm grinding out a free boat. Would you get the second part of the ship's part prime or this month's treasury? Out of the two, I would get the parts prime. Now, I know y'all gonna say, Rev, I thought you hated the parts prime. I did speak out very strongly against the parts prime. But they've added a free-to-play path to some of those levels, so now I'm not griping as much. Now, as part of the Voyager field training, but you get 1,200 of the Dolomite particles, which will give you the first 4 levels of one of the researches and then the first level of the second one. So 5 total levels of research. So yes, it's an expensive prime, but because they gave a free-to-play path to some of the levels, I am not quote-unquote boycotting it, and that is truly like the best value in the game right now long term. How do you feel about smaller ships like Valjean and the Type 6 shuttlecraft being available as a weak attack vessel? I would love them to add any ship. I think more is better and variety is better. So I 100% would love that. 100% would love that. Isn't there a 1,000 daily cap? No, the cap is 2,000, not 1,000. 2,000. All right, Pylon finally went boom. Time to repair that baddie. Put her back out here. We need 7 more boxes to our next 100 pull. And I'm also doing 3 ships at a time. Like, I'm really trying to get this grind in, y'all. It's also really helping my rep, though. Like, if you go look at my rep, I'm trying to catch up my Klingon, everything. I've got my Romulan. I'm only 35 million away from glorified, which means I'll be working on my Coronar. So I'm going to unlock the Kelvin this month, and then next month-ish, Coronar. It's a good time for me. I'm in such a good mood lately because I'm making progress on so many different things. I think I forgot to do that yesterday, so go do that. And also need to check my away teams. What's the point of the plutonium research if you already have a max VB? There is no point if you already have it done. Is it possible to reach level 50 without a single donation? Donation to me? No. You definitely have to donate to me before you can be level 50 in the game. Can you be a free-to-play player in Star Trek Fleet Command and be level 50 plus? 100%. There are actually multiple people who've already gone 50 plus who are free-to-play. So yes, it is possible. It's not possible to do without donating to rep. There is no Botany Bay A. That would be really nice if they revisited that content, though. James, really? The highest pure free-to-play I'm aware of is 53. So you're right there. Now, when I've done this, I've actually gone to Scopely and asked them to verify. Because obviously anybody can claim they're free-to-play. And I'm not calling you a liar. But if you are, that's really, really cool. And that is something to be, pretty proud of. Ship parts prime fishery for last month's prime isn't as good as the material one? What? Who said that? Who said that? They're both amazing primes. I didn't say that wasn't good. I didn't say it wasn't good. The prime to reduce parts cost is very, very strong, especially in G4 and G5. I have 6 out of 10 and I'm down to a fifth of all the base costs, meaning the base cost of 500 parts goes down to 100. Oh yeah, the value of them is undeniable. I had an issue when there was no path for anybody to grind for them, but now there is a small path and we're really pushing on them to have a lot of these primes get opened up. I am more okay with them than I was before. Where is the guy who was in the 40s at? So Dekix is level 53, if that's who you're referring to. Dekix, to my knowledge, is the highest free-to-play in the game. Now, he has won a battle pass and stuff like that before, but anybody can do that by going to content creators. He's not spent any of his actual paycheck on the game. And he's 53. And he just went 53 like last month or so. And there are a couple of others I've talked to who are 50 plus. Not many, but they are there. Highest free-to-plays in the game. What percentage chance do you think the next arc will be Strange New Worlds Part 2? 0. As in, like, are you talking about next month? Next month is more Voyager. Could there be more Strange New Worlds in the future? Yes. Next month is Voyager. Dekix started playing when the game came out, James. He's one of the OGs. He's a UK player, but he started playing when the game came out. We've done a couple of interviews with him here on my channel. It's been a while since I've done one. I haven't done one with him since he was like level 46-ish, right? Or I think 45 going to 46. But let's see where we're. Oh, we went at 100 yet? All right, 100. How many are we gonna get? 4. Woo! We only need 3 more, y'all. 3 more Kelvins. 3 more Kelvin BPs. We just need 3 more. Gosh, we're so close. I can taste it. My estimate was 200 to 300 chests and we would get it. Gosh, it makes me want to grind faster. I wish I could grind fast. I need like 8 ships in here. Wonder, do have other 4-star ships. I technically could bring a 4 ship in. This is like one of the OGs. We'll do it. I'm gonna do it. Why not? YOLO. YOLO. Screw the cost. We want to get these chests. Wonder if you know, Red, but why do they limit the ability to scrap special ships? I mean, I guess I don't have an answer. I don't know if there's a specific reason. Bring that 4 ship in to help you grind. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing the Valdor in. Bringing the Valdor in. Well, I'm not bringing the Jelly, Hugo. I'm bringing the Valdor. Bringing in the Valdor. I think y'all didn't catch the part where I swapped it to the Valdor. I'm bringing the Valdor with 5 Kang Khan. We're just going to be hitting as fast as we can. Just going through. Finding transport. Hitting things. Item drops in Romulus are crap. Well, I mean, any rare drop is going to be pretty tough to get. So, I mean, that's pretty common. As long-term Bordis boy, can I get your opinion? I'm thinking of going Burrell to Enterprise in the future. Based on your videos, I think it's a good choice. The problem with Burrell to Enterprise LM is the cost. Like, you're going to spend a lot of gas. That's the only drawback to picking up the Burrell and the Enterprise. Nothing necessarily wrong with it, but it just, you got to keep the cost in mind. Are we supposed to have on the first question trivia day? Yes, Brett. It's releasing and rolling out in stages. It's kind of like a theme for this month's Arc Runner. He's doing a lot of his content in stages. So you will get trivia 1 today, and then the next one should be tomorrow, which annoys the hell out of me because I can't make videos for y'all and just say, hey, here's the answers. It annoys the hell out of me. I guess that's a very selfish reason, but I truly can't make content for y'all and tell y'all what's happening. To give y'all strategy. Because a lot of people just want the answers, you know? They just want to get the answers and go. And I get that. You know, you're busy, or it's a holiday weekend in the US for Father's Day, or whatever the reason is. I get that people don't want to go through all the hoops, but would rather just get it done. And rolling it out in stages prevents that from being a possibility. I didn't get any of the 32s to let my Sally Vidar and Bordis carry me at 34. A lot of people do that. Dim, it's very doable, as you've shown. You can definitely do that. Yay, hit all these transports. 1 ship at Pipe Run, 2nd, Strange New World. So I'm running Pike Moreau Talon, Picard Beverly Cath. No, Pike Moreau Chin, Picard Beverly Cath, Strange New Worlds, and then 5 Kang Khan. Those are all the crews I'm currently running. My Cath is tier 4. So the Katinga is Pipe Road Chin, which is why it's only going after regular transports. The Defiant is Picard Beverly Cath. The Valdor is 5 Kang Khan. And the Pylum is full Strange New Worlds. Tier 4, just pulling, Hugo. I've gotten my Cath by just pulling. And there was also a couple of, I think one event store I invested in some extra Cath shards. Quite the opposite. I like to find out the answers myself. Well, that's fine, Gregory. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But I'm just telling you that, like, a lot of players want that. I mean, when those videos I do come out, like when I make a video that gives out the answers, it's usually one of my most viewed videos of the entire month. I've had those videos get 20,000 views before. So I completely respect that there are people who don't want the answers. Cool. But there are a lot of people who do. Who would rather just skip to the end. Do they nerf the Cerritos buff time? No, they have not changed the Cerritos buff time. Not to my knowledge. And usually if they do something like that, they'll post it in one of our channels. They are, they really try to never nerf anything. They hate nerfing things. Remember a lot of random trivia, but helping others who don't know answers is nice, for sure. And it's like I tell people, like, if you don't want to know the answers, don't watch my video. Simple as that. But I know, like, when those happen, when those events happen, my Discord just blows up of everybody giving the answers because people don't want to do the time to figure it out. They just want to get it done. So it's just more about having the option there for everybody who wants it, you know? Do you recommend getting the Cerritos skin for double the buff time? The orange Cerritos skin, the Dorito skin, definitely helps. All right, we're at 26 boxes already. Let's see. I know you're trying to push for Swarm Sunday to get updated, but any progress that you're able to share? Not that I'm able to share, James, just that several events like Swarm Sunday, like Apex, Crucible War, etc., are all being reviewed by somebody on the Scopely team and looking to do updates on some of that outdated content. If you actually remind me tomorrow, I will reach out to the person who's in charge of that and ask if there are any updates that they can share. Because I actually haven't given you an update on that in weeks. Do people like to show off their Star Trek knowledge? I mean, I do. I love to show off my Star Trek knowledge. So that's a completely, you know, legit reason to go through it. Why not make short for these one-day answers? Oh, I don't do shorts because shorts, just to be honest with y'all, ruin my YouTube economy. Like, they really hurt me financially to do shorts. So I've thought about doing shorts on TikTok, but then people said that they wouldn't look at TikTok. They don't want to go to TikTok. So I don't do shorts. Shorts really hurt me financially. Thank you, Amber, for the Happy Father's Day. I really appreciate that. Here's me at level 32 swarms have less hostile spawns, level 30 and below. I don't think so, but I honestly haven't counted. There's no regular. Oh, there's one. Slowing down my whole process. Left the game a year ago. Glad to see you're still flying. Hey, Jeffrey. Well, there's another Star Trek game coming out. Actually, a Star Trek game just released called Star Trek Resurgence, if you want to check that out. And then another one's coming out at the end of the year called Star Trek Infinite that I'm really excited about. So if you want Star Trek, we've got Star Trek. We got Star Trek. Let's see. Here we go. What'd you think of the first episode of Strange New Worlds? Haven't watched it. Haven't had time. I do want to watch it, though, but I haven't watched the first episode yet. Haven't had time. Good to see you, Tony. How you doing, man? Hey, Spock, we need Tuvok. I mean, I'd be very surprised if you don't end up with Tuvok before Voyager is over. I'd be very surprised if you don't end up with Tuvok. Cooking brisket? Send me some. I got a P.O. box now. Send me some brisket. Will Star Trek Fleet Command jump to console? Nope. At least there are no plans for that I'm aware of. I guess it could, but I don't know of them making an effort to do that. And if they are, they haven't told any of us as content creators. What level are you at now? When I first started, I wanted to catch up to you and DJ. I'm level 46, right? On my main account. I've got several accounts, and I don't share what all the levels are on those. But my main that you see on stream and stuff basically every day is 46. Latest Strange New World episode is just as great as the first season was. That's good to hear. I'm excited to watch it. Time is an issue. Like, I would love to be able to do breakdown videos, like recapping the episodes and stuff. Just time is an issue. Time is an issue. Let's see where we go. Come on down here. Oh, another one spawned? Awesome. I think I might pull at 50 chests just because I'm getting you know, anxious instead of waiting to 100. But I mean, I'm smacking them pretty quick. Using 4 ships. I'm going through a lot of titanium, but it's worth it. Nice, Ray. What level are you at now? What level are you at now? Yeah, the Lower Decks episode, I'm really excited to see how they pull that off in Strange New Worlds. But they've been doing really well at the writing so far, so I don't have any issues. So far, I trust them. They've been doing a great job. 67 days till 40. Very nice, Ray. Very nice. Is your plan to go all the way to 42, or what's your plan? Back. Is a slow refresh rate on level 38 Gemidar baddies a known thing? Define slow. Are they just not appearing at all? Because if they're not appearing at all, that's a problem. Run to 42. I agree with Booper. Get to 42. Not appearing? That sounds like we need a ticket. Because that's not right. That's not right. If they should all be spawning from, I think, the 5 spawn points that are in that map, there shouldn't be a delay of any kind. .42 is your goal. It's a great place to sit. Get you an uncommon ship. Really can start punch up on those Borg Solo Armadas. Get better rewards from your biominerals for your Franklin A stuff. Obviously, the sweeps research are fantastic if you've gone and done those yet. So, covering 2 ships, Swabby, and kill all types. I mean, depends on, I guess, exactly what the issue is. If ships are spawning, it's fine. Now, if you're needing a certain type of ship because you're clearing out like all the interceptors, you just need to clear the other types out as well. Because there's a limited amount that are going to spawn, like number of ships that are going to spawn. So, been 35 since January, and I want to go up, but also know I don't have the materials to go up. Well, I mean, the next spot is 39, and you can use a resource like Spock's Club to track how close you are for going up. I'm not sure if you're aware of Spock's Club. But that can be a very useful tool that tells you if you've got enough and helps you set some of your goals. We did a video about them several months ago. A very good friend of the channel, and June Bree does amazing work. Helps with a lot of our tracking. Yeah, okay, Swabby. Again, if you want to hit me up directly about it, we can try to look into it more. If you need to put in a ticket, and I can see if we can follow up with customer support and game design if need be on that as an issue. Because it could be just something on your server. Smack. All right, we're at 52 boxes. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. 2 Kelvin. Oh my gosh. What am I, 1 away? Oh my goodness. Watch this be the BP that takes the longest to get. This BP is going to take forever to get. Watch. We're going to have to kill like 400 more hostiles to get that last blueprint. I just know it. I can't use Fed creds, Admiral. The Feds hate me. Feds hate me. They don't hate me. I'm only at 10 million. You ever take 20 or 30 loot chests? Yeah, we'll see. Y'all know how Scopely RNG likes to operate. Quite possible I don't get it for 100 boxes. Y'all know Scopely. I'm going to pull every 10. I'm going to pull every 10 boxes and see. Oh yeah, I'm not stopping the stream till we get it. I'm not stopping the stream till we get it. But I'm going to pull every 10 boxes now. Oh, my ships are all clustered together. Go to different directions. You're not effective when you're all next to each other. 24-hour stream? No, thank you. Probably get your Hydra first? No, my Hydra is further away. Is this me or they stop it? Gee, come on, drop some boxes, dang it. Scopely, stop messing with me, man. Freaking Scopely. Yes, you can build the ships even if you don't have the rep. I'll prove it to you in hopefully 3 boxes. Prove it to you in hopefully 3 boxes. So. Oh, come on. Have I hit 10 boxes yet? Is this going to give me my 10th box? Of course not. There, all right, we're at 11 boxes. Come on, give me 1 Kelvin. Son of a! Told you. This is how they're going to treat me. I've played this game long enough. I know how sadistic they are. I know. And for those curious, know the number of boxes you pull does not change your drop rate. Whatever's in the boxes is determined as soon as it drops. So whether I pull 1 or I pull 100, that doesn't change what's in the box. I told you. I know how they operate. Come on. Keep smacking. We're going to blow up several ships until we find it. We're going to blow up all the ships until we get it. Yo, I don't care about the full cargo. It's just some broken ship parts. Where's a regular transport? Here we go. Up here. You get this one. You get this one. And you are about to blow up and you get that one. To me, it feels you get better loot from big pulls. Always get 10, etc. There is no RNG difference between them. Like, there is no mathematical difference. Just like we recently had some people testing out if there was a mathematical difference between the drop rate in Sol versus Romulus. And there wasn't, but sometimes your RNG can just be terrible. Your RNG can just be awful. Oh, Valdor's going to blow up soon. Let's see, we at 10 chests yet? Yeah, I need a regular transport. Need a regular transport. All right, Valdor just went down. Valdor's dead. Gotta repair it. Defiant's still kicking. Here, Katinga. Get this one. It's closer. All right. Should be able to get 1 more box here soon. All right, we're at 10 boxes. Let's see what we get. Come on, Kelvin. Got it! Got it! All right, there she is. There she is. All right, so we're going to speed up. We're going to speed up the Saladin. All right, Saladin's going to come out the dock, and now we're going to prove to you that you don't have to have the rep to build a ship, or a faction ship anyway. All right, we're going to skip that. Y'all have seen a Saladin come out of a dock. Done. All right, so just so y'all can see visually, no, I'm not lying to you. Here's my Federation rep, 10 million. You can very clearly see I cannot redeem. I'm not commended. But ships, interceptor, scroll, build, graphic issue, build, build, help. And let me check where my Hydra's at real quick. 140 out of 150 on the Hydra. So, and there you go. Kelvin is in the dock. And I'm building a Saladin so I can scrap it. Building a Saladin so I can scrap it. All right, we'll recall our workhorses that did all the work. And let's see what that last box had. XP. So there you go. Even if you don't have the rep, you can grind out the ships if you really want to. So, and the Saladin got built because now the Saladin is going to get upgraded for this event we got going on right now. And we're going to blow through a lot of Latinum because I don't have enough ship parts. But Built this just to scrap it. Do you get a Hydra now? Look, I've enjoyed streaming with y'all for the past 2 hours, but we're going to wrap up. It is Father's Day. I would like to go see the kids and stuff. So I appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate those who donated, those who hit the follow button, those who hit the like button on the way in and the way out. Appreciate y'all so much. I will see y'all later. I will be streaming again tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to stream tonight because we did stream so long yesterday, but we'll have videos out tomorrow. I'm going to try to get Janeway so that I can do a Janeway video for all of y'all. But we'll see how that goes. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch y'all tomorrow. Appreciate y'all so much. And now we're going to roll the outro.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.